Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Reality TV Producers Seeking Barely Legal Shows to Produce. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. I'd also like to tell you about a service called HollywoodIsCalling.com. It's a great service that allows you to purchase live phone calls with more than 100 movie stars for just $19.95. You can buy a call for yourself or as a gift for somebody you care about. So give it a try. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Now, let's get started. Remember the old days of reality TV when shows would have people with a dozen divorces or someone who had 15 kids by 20 different men on their show? Well, that was the Stone Age of reality TV dysfunctionality. Now the pressure to capture eyeballs and a big audience is so intense these days that producers and showrunners are forced to go to extraordinary lengths to capture those audiences. So, how crazy has it gotten in the land of reality TV insanity? It's gotten so insane that people will look back on the old episodes of Jerry Springer and think that they're watching wholesome television by comparison. So, here are some examples of some of the crazy reality TV projects that our insiders are telling us are being considered or developed or actually put into production. There's one project called Divorce Acid Test. This is a reality TV show which allows divorcing couples considering whether or not they're actually going to pull the final trigger and go through with their divorce to actually consider one more serious attempt to save the marriage. But how will they do that? Well, wait till you hear this. In order to be sure that the wife wants to leave the husband and hook up with her new boyfriend, what they do on the show, or what they're considering doing on this show, is they'll put all three of them in a house and have them live together to see how she really likes living with the new guy before she divorces the current husband. Apparently, they're going to divide the house in half with a glass wall. And one day she'll spend the day with her husband on one side of the house, on one side of the glass wall, while the new boyfriend stands on the other side of the glass wall, watching and listening to everything. And the next day, she'll go over to the other side of the house, the other half behind the glass wall, and she'll spend the day hanging out with the other guy, while the husband stands there and watches and listens. So, wait to hear the name of the show that's being contemplated. It's called Pork the Stork. Oh man. Is this a great country or what? Next is a project called Money Bags, where they take a homeless guy and clean him up with a shower, a haircut, a nice suit, and then they try and entice some hot gold digger into dating him by telling her that he's an eccentric millionaire. At the end of the season, after he's been sleeping with her for a while, they reveal to her that she has been sleeping with a homeless guy in a borrowed suit from a department store. And guess what? He's broke. He was broke beforehand. He was broke while she was sleeping with him. And he's going to be broke after the show. So how's that for entertainment? How's that for high-class entertainment? Next, we have another project called Explosive Beans. This one's so classy. It's a show which targets the college audience. What they do is they put a bunch of college kids in a house who barely get along to begin with, and then they force them to eat nothing but beans and other explosively disruptive foods designed to generate constant gastrointestinal distress. Now, these people are going to eat this stuff for days. And And so you know what happens when you eat beans day after day after day. Well, if these kids can't take the smell, then they're free to leave. But the last person who stays in the house wins a huge cash prize, which will include, of course, free beans for a year. Next, there's another show called Which One Was Your Girlfriend? On this show, they're thinking about bringing a guy on, and then they put a mask on him and give him earplugs, and they put masking tape on his mouth so he can't communicate. Then they bring in two beautiful girls, and they put a mask on both of them. Each girl is then sent into a different bedroom. One of the girls is the guy's actual real life girlfriend, and the other is a stranger that he's never seen before. The guy is then sent into each room and told to get physical with each girl for 30 minutes. But while doing so, he can't talk to her and he can't try and communicate with her in any way. At the end, the guy has to figure out which one was his girl and which one was a complete stranger. If he guesses right, he wins. And if he doesn't, then his real girlfriend is free to break up with him if she chooses to. Now, the next one is called My Psychic Golden Retriever. This reality show stars a golden retriever who supposedly has the psychic ability to tell if you've been laid in the last 24 hours or not. He also has another superpower, and that is he has the ability to charm most women into sleeping with you. They then bring in a man and they test the dog's ability to charm the woman into sleeping with him. The women are told this dog has psychic abilities to cause women to fall in love with a man. And then the audience sits back and watches to see what happens. The next show is called Haunted Prisons. This is where they go into a real prison and tell the prisoner that the cell they're going to be occupying is haunted, and that it's the only one they have available, so he's going to have to stay in that haunted prison cell. They then bring in real prisoners and have them stay in several cells. The cells are rigged with tiny hidden speakers, which will make it sound like people from the criminal's past are coming back to haunt them for killing them or hurting them in the past. Now, the next show they're considering doing is called The Cowboy Crapper. This is a show where they send in a 400-pound cowboy to use the bathroom inside a bar or a restaurant, and then they film everybody who goes in there afterwards and tries to tolerate the smells and the stains on the walls and the dripping splash marks on the ceilings. And how do you win that new reality show? Well, they're going to time each individual to see who managed to stay in the bathroom longest, and the person who did wins the big prize, whatever that may be. So for those of you who thought that Hollywood no longer possesses the creative genius of old, and you think that new stuff they're making isn't any good anymore, now we've just given you a glimpse of some of the great and brilliant shows they're thinking of making. Who needs Gone with the Wind? Who needs The Godfather? Who needs any of those classics when you have great reality TV shows like this being contemplated for production? So with that, I want to tell you that we're going to have more great celebrity interviews and more breaking news stories coming up in the future. So we encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free and click on the notification bell so you can get notified every time we post a new story. See you soon. Bye-bye.